In the spirit of the Norbertine value Stabilitas Loci, a deep commitment to the local community, we acknowledge this land as the ancestral home of the Menominee Nation, which holds historical, cultural, and sacred significance to the community. We acknowledge the living history and contributions of the indigenous communities that inhabited this land prior to the establishment of St. Norbert College, as well as the sovereign Native American nations who continue to contribute to the flourishing of our communities.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce Dennis Canote and Shane Webster. Our singer is of the Oneida Menominee people. Not only does he sing, he is also a speaker and helper for the people. He advocates for the language and the traditional teachings of the people as he teaches his children and grandchildren to live humble in an unforgiving world. Please help me in welcoming the one and only Shane, Sugar Shane Webster, to do our songs today. Dennis is a Menominee elder and veteran, a member of the Menominee Language and Culture Commission, and a board member of the Menominee Indian School District. Dennis will be saying a prayer and a few words about the history of the Menominee Nation. When I was a senior in high school, I met Dennis Canote at the Menominee Senior Banquet. I was extremely honored when he presented me with an eagle feather, so I'm extremely thankful that Dennis is here to speak with us today.
Thank you, Ruthie. That's how we say hello, everyone. I want to say, thank you for being invited here today to President Brian, Grace, and Ruthie and her committee, and the St. Norbert College. As was said in the introduction, I am a Menominee Tribal Elder and a veteran serving in the United States Navy during the Vietnam era. Back home we have a Menominee Language and Culture Commission, which promotes the language and the culture among the students in our Menominee Indian School District. And I am a member of that commission, past chairman. I also am on the Menominee Indian School District School Board. St. Norbert College holds a special place for me, and because my daughter, who is here today, is a St. Norbert alumni. I believe she graduated in 2002, and she's sitting right over here. Tricia, wave to the crowd, would you please? That's my daughter, St. Norbert alumni, and I'm so glad she's here today. So now, as is our way, I'm going to speak to the Creator for all of us, and I was given tobacco to do that. And we speak to the Creator. We use that tobacco in our prayers. You will notice I will not be removing my cap that I am wearing, because in my cap I am wearing an eagle feather, and that feather has to remain in my possession at all times when I am speaking to the Creator. The Menominee language is from the Algonquin dialect. The Oneida language, which is right here in the Green Bay area, is from the Iroquois dialect. The Chippewa, which are our neighbors to the north, or Anishinaabe, is also Algonquin dialect, as is the Potawatomi. The Ho-Chunk, which are some of the original natives of Wisconsin, in addition to the Menominee. The Ho-Chunk is from the Sioux dialect. So with that, I'm going to speak to the Creator for all of us here today. Also Menominee Wiak Kitana Mia Kun Mua Matno Skupiak Menominee Wiak Yos Yope Kaki no Hamawea Otasikan Meshik Mamanamu Yos Kaisani Naokik Namanini Tan Skunianan Wawan and Menominee Wiak Case Piak Dennis Kanot Umokamani Wishwan a page Pamotna o Menominee Wishwan Nitawan o Menominee Kachki Bishik Simakanas the Katamanowitz Kiki Timanami How Bishikta Sakok Samoa Neknamau Nawena Menominee Wiak Patch Patawa Yoga awik se iom neknamau kata ina samonen kimasa masa manok skill kanawat tuak akondel eskutu nas pamilas o chikasia enaka skamokaha enaka savano enaka skanik enaka the four directions paso tapanao sauni no tamonak wawanan kata kea skes pitaya omas na how NFP mamawa kohano na mamea te tan sao patch no toea ni to ko chimanao sao patch kanapa mea mashik nana mea Menominee Wiak mawa chase tuak yos yope mashik ta mawa okum wisakasim mashik ta mawa okum kakichiwak mashik ta mawa okum se makanesa Mashikta Mawa Kundi Chianok Mashikta Aom Tawahikan Shane Webster Mamia Tatan Salt Patch Not to Wear Nitoko Chimanao Salt Patch Kanapa Mia Menominee Wiak Yos Kakiwa Haunan or Flag Wawanan Katanan Menominee Kako Nixcase Mini Kia Sal Patch Pamatasea Mashik Muskosaman Kaki no Hamoya Salmano Ototo Akuk Menominee Wiak Mashikta Otapanao Kipapachinato Mesia Menominee Wiak Sakum Pamaska Piwayan Wawanan Katanan Kitanan Mo Nixcase Patawanik Nitamoy Mukanak Nahau Nitka In my prayer, I ask the Creator to watch over each and every one of us here. And because of the pandemic, all those who are sick, our elders, our children, our veterans, and especially this flag here today. I thank them for giving us life and strength as we go forward on our journey of life. And something I say in my prayer, no matter what the occasion is, I always say, teach us to be kind to one another and to pick us up when we fall. I ask the Creator to grant everybody a safe trip home, and I said thank you for listening to me. Now, and so that is my prayer to the Creator. Now we're going to unveil the Menominee flag, and there's going to be I'm going to explain to everyone what some of the symbols on the flag what they stand for. Okay, in the upper left-hand corner in the blue, you see a black outline. If you took out a road map of Wisconsin, that would be the outline of Menominee County. And there's trees and forest in that outline of Menominee County. But keep in mind, Menominee County and reservation 99% of that land inside that county is tribal land. Only 1% is county. I don't have enough time to get into the story of that, but we were terminated years ago and we fought hard to get reinstated by the federal government. So some of our land was sold during termination. That's land we'll never get back, but that is the 1%. That's why they're the poorest county in Wisconsin of the 72 counties, because you just don't have the revenue up there. But only 1% of the people living along Legend Lake. The rest of the land that you see in that county outline is reservation land. On the right-hand side in the upper, you see it's a yellow stump of a tree, and that is because we are woodland people, and we have a huge sawmill up in the old pit, and our products go to that mill. All different tree species go to that mill, and our finished product leaves that mill, and it goes out to all over this country to other lumbering companies for building purposes all over. Particularly down south is where our lumber goes when it leaves that mill. About 3 or 4 years ago, I'm not exactly sure of the time, but the March Madness, the basketball tournaments, when they got down to the Final Four, I believe the women were in Minneapolis, and I believe the men were, the Final Four was in Orlando, Florida. Those basketball courts that they played on, that wood for that floor came from our forest. And so we also had a contract with an NBA team from California. I think it was San Jose. It might have been Sacramento, I'm not sure. But anyway, they also ordered a new basketball floor, and that wood came from our forest. So that's something that we're proud of. Okay, the red is an Amakewak. That is the red thunderbird. In our prayers, we send tobacco and we pray to the red thunderbird, to Amakewak. And he in turn brings our message to the Creator. That's why he is on this flag. He is a very important part of our culture. Also, even though the eagle isn't there, he too is just as important. Both of them have the capability of bringing our prayers up high to the Creator. So I just want to say I'm so glad to see that the flag is going to be displayed here outside, where people walking by and the cars going by can see this. I do want to mention that we do have a protocol which is different here. This protocol is only followed on our reservation, and that is when we have an event that calls for flags to come into the arena. For instance, like a powwow. The Eagle staff comes in first. Flags and banners are not from our culture. They came from Europe. Our flag is the Eagle Staff. And after the Eagle Staff enters the Menominee Nation flag, we are a sovereign nation. We have the right to govern ourselves. And after that, then enters the American flag. And that's the way it's done at our reservation when we have tolls and events. Some of the other surrounding tribes do the same thing. Some do not. But the one thing that we all do is that the Eagle Staff comes in first in any of our grant entries. So with that, I just want to say, well, thank you for the invite, and this has been very educational for me, and I'm so proud to be here, and I'm proud of my daughter being an alumni. And like I said earlier, I always have a special place for St. Norbert College. So with that, I think Shane Webster is going to sing a flag song for us, and I'll let him take over from here. Go on and Shane. We will raise the flag. We will raise the flag as the song is being sung.
Board of Trustees, our founders and sponsors, the Norbertines, our faculty, our staff, and our incredible students. It's my great privilege to welcome all of you here to this momentous, beautiful occasion. Thank you for being here. I want to say to Dennis and Shane and all those representing the Menominee Nation here today, thank you for giving us permission to fly your great flag. Thank you for giving us permission to have this moment in time for the college. This is a really important occasion for the institution, just to begin another, to continue another small step in recognizing the people, the culture, and the Menominee Nation. So thank you for helping us continue that journey. And Dennis and Shane, thank you for your gift of music and prayer. And Dennis, your wisdom and knowledge that you're sharing. Thank you. I look forward to doing more of this exchange in the future. Dennis teaches a language, Menominee language, and we're just talking earlier that maybe we could offer some courses here at the college, or at least some workshops anyway. So thank you for being here, and thank you for recognizing the importance of this for the college and for the Menominee Nation. I want to just say also a great gesture of gratitude and thanks for the students, John and Oliver and Ruthie, and those of your peers that you've worked together to have this be the case today, that we can raise the Menominee flag. It's a special day, period, but it's particularly special for us because our students have brought us to this point. It was the students' desire and passion and work to bring us to this point. And it was just this winter, I think, when you approached me, Oliver, and this came forward in such beautiful fashion. So on behalf of the community, St. Norbert community, I want to thank the students, in particular Ruthie, for giving your vision and your commitment and bringing such grace and presence as you help the college move forward on this front. So let's give the students a round of recognition. And it's a final word of just thanks for all of you who came here today to help mark this occasion and let us together move forward in our journey together to continue to recognize the Menominee Nation, the people, and the culture. Thank you, and I'm going to turn it now over, I believe, to Oliver. Oliver Dressel, our student body president, for just a few more days. Oliver.
Thank you, President Brees, not only for your elegant words, but also your extraordinary support of our initiative. SNC community, thank you all for your participation in today's celebration. It's truly inspiring to see what can be accomplished with the support of an entire community. And speaking of inspiring, I'll now direct your attention to Ruthie Tucker, a junior majoring in elementary education, minoring in early childhood education and art, this year's Beloved Community Justice Award recipient, and president of the SNC Council of Indigenous Peoples. Ruthie.
Hello, everyone. Firstly, I would just like to thank my family, my peers, the staff and faculty, and the Menominee leaders here today. I'm grateful for your continued support. Specifically, I'd like to thank Oliver and John. We met every week this entire school year, and this was one of the projects that we worked on together. During my sophomore year, I remember hearing the land acknowledgement statement for the first time, and I remember looking around and like, oh my goodness, they're talking about me, I'm Menominee. And I had to resist the urge to stand up and do a little wave. And that's still a feeling I have today. But then I would ask myself, like, how can we put these words into action? And so today, you're witnessing the land acknowledgement statement in action. As a proud member of the Menominee Nation and student of St. Norbert College, I felt that it was my duty to establish the healing connection between the two. I'm honored and extremely proud of all the work that we have accomplished thus far. I'm excited to continue this work, and the Menominee way to say thank you is Wawanin. So, Wawanin. Thank you all for coming.
Good job.